Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Expectations Unknown. I am your host, Desiree. I realized in a lot of my videos, I don't ask anyone to like, comment, or subscribe. But if you could please do so, it would be greatly appreciated. We are back to talk about Cross, Season 2, Episodes 5 and 6. I'll start with this. In the beginning of the season, I had super high expectations. But as the the weeks go on, I find myself a little bit bored. Season 1 had just about everything that you could want in this type of series. Season 2, I'm struggling just a bit to connect, because I feel like we've seen so much about other people like Kayla, Samson, even Elle. Where's Cross? Whatever. Okay, so let's get right into it. Episode 5. It wasn't a whole lot, but I will say the kind of like starting like almost towards the end of the episode, Kayla and Alex having their back and forth at the table in the restaurant, I think it was needed, because Alex doesn't know everything, and and not everyone is going to fall, or I guess you can say like crumble at the feet of the great Alex Cross. So he needs to be a little bit more careful. Like, you did all of this background on Luz and finding out what her motivations are. And you think that if she hasn't stopped before, you think that your words and you sharing a little bit of your story with her is automatically going to make her reconsider everything? That wasn't smart. So in that sense, even though I don't like Kayla, I'm not mad at her for calling him out on it, because that's insane. Even though they were at the table and Luz did have like those tears in her eyes, it seemed like she was really considering trusting Alex, like, to finish it off, which we knew that wasn't going to happen. Lincoln's sacrifice is what is keeping her going right now. So because that's so new and so fresh, whatever. Also, random, but not really. Where's the Hispanic little boy at? Alex, you adopted him, brought him into your home to be with your kids, and you're never home in the first place. Again, I just think that is insanely irresponsible. But like, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to visit that at all. But to go back into the episode, Lance Duran is creepy. Everything about him is creepy. Him being on that talk show, apologizing but not apologizing, but also giving an answer that goes directly into his company and what they want to do, is gross. I don't like it. Though I understand, because that very much so happens in real life. I don't know, like, there's an extra creep factor to it. Like, it's super cringy. Kayla got called back to DC to meet with Roy, because Roy's like, you doing too much, you gotta go. And then all of a sudden she's like, yeah, so remember those files that people were looking for with the last crazy dude? Yeah, I got them. And look who's in it, it's you. So we go from Kayla, you gotta go to oh snap. Kayla has dirt on me, Roy, and now everything is good. I feel like that's also super incomplete. Like if you're going to show, if the attempt is to expose corruption, can we complete the storyline? Because they just had the meeting in the parking lot, and that was it. Nothing else. Are we not going to see how Roy was able to talk his way out of, like keeping Kayla? Like it seems very incomplete. And I feel like we need some conclusion for that part. While I think Bobby Trey is absolutely crazy, because he is absolutely crazy, good stuff, Kayla and Bobby Trey, because y'all saved Alex's life. Because Alex thought he was going to go meet Luz and she was going to turn herself in, and he got in a car accident. Homeboy came and flipped the car over, and Alex is still in the seatbelt trying to reach for a weapon. Anyway, good job, Bobby Trey. You saved Alex's life. I guess that's your only redeeming quality at this point. But again, Lance, creepy, uh, kind of blah episode, kind of like a filler episode, but it doesn't really fill in too much. Episode 6, Luz. Luz is not wrong in her wanting to seek revenge or seek justice for her mother and children that were experiments. How she's doing it is absolutely wrong, but I can also understand why you would not have too much faith in the justice system, because her mom tried to do it the right way, and look how she ended up. So um Kayla kind of had that sweet moment, because you could see that she was visibly upset that Alex was hurt. You can tell that kind of like hurt her feelings. But I do have a question. Is Kayla ever going to tell Alex the complete truth? Like why she, like what she's into, what her side mission is, what she's been instructed to do, and what the results or the outcome will be if she doesn't do it? Like he's already in deep enough. I mean, just go ahead. A little more. Just tell him. um Also, yes, Chief, she came in there because Alice comes into the police station, goes into, I guess, like their debriefing room or whatever. Um, and Roy was trying to tell Alex, you're not needed here anymore. You can go ahead, do whatever it is that you want to do, but you off the case. Chief said, oh yeah, he's not. But if you got something to say about it, we can talk to other people later. But he's not going anywhere. I love that so much. Roy is again someone who's just been kind of like exposed, and you still trying to throw your weight around. Sir, you need to let that go. Like what are we doing with him? Can we get him out of here as well? Speaking of being in that debriefing room, Alex is dedicated. Alex is very dedicated to this case. This man's head is still bleeding. He is fresh from the car accidents. Head still bleeding, and he's like, no, we got to keep going. Alex, sit down, baby. It's okay. Let your wounds heal just a little bit, because that can't be that can't be healthy for you. That can't be good for your recovery. Ashford, paying the sins for his mother's crime. And realizing all of the weird illegal type stuff his mother was into, and how much she was involved in cover-ups, but also realizing that he benefited greatly from those cover-ups, which is why he's in the position of power that he's in now. He's a senator. My question to you, the audience, and even the question I had to myself: if you were in his situation and you genuinely had no idea all of the shenanigans that your mom or your parents were into, but the end result is that you benefited greatly, what would you do? Like, I guess, like, what can you do? What should you do? But I'm very curious to know what you would do. Um, I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Jelani, my guy, you're an economist. You are an economist. Your job is to look at statistics. If if a federal or state agent came to me and was like, listen, half the people your homeboy working with, they going. And there's still someone out there because she wants to get all of y'all because she thinks all of y'all are part of the problem. The wedding that you are planning, you might not want to have that, but do you? Why are you not listening? Why? Why are you not listening? You gonna listen to Lance, who obviously is a fast talker. He is obviously slick. He is obviously corrupt. And he will obviously do anything that he has to do in order to make sure his little seed advances to the next level. I don't feel like enough people are listening to their inside voices, because in my mind I can imagine alarm bells going off, but you just won't continue. Fine, whatever. Um and is Elle finally done with the shenanigans? Is she done being a bonus mom but not a bonus mom, but still want to be with Alex but don't want to be with Alex? Are we done with this? Like, I thought it was evidently clear what the first episode of the season that it was over. But I guess she said what she needed to say, and she told Alex to take care. Also, Alex is sitting there acting as if his feelings are hurt when you was just busting Kayla down. Okay, let me not go there. But stop. I'm happy Ella's walking away. I need for her to be gone. Bobby, Trey, and Kayla running into Felicia's home and like capturing her and putting her into a storage bin and like doing the military type things to like frustrate her, like just overstimulate her, like so they can solicit information. I do again, another, I guess, like moral question. Felicia said something where she's just like, though Kayla, you may not have known exactly what it is that you were doing, you still had this deep desire to be seen, to be acknowledged, to get a pat on the head. So as much as you're saying that you weren't complicit, you were actually very complicit. So my question is, how far are you willing to go, or how deep of a craving for acknowledgement by a mentor, family member, the public, do you have that you are willing to ignore things that you know are deeply wrong? Things that you know that the average civilian would get thrown under the jail for, but the government's telling you it's kind of okay, how far are you willing to go? And also, if you're willing to go far enough, do you not have the concern that at some point in time, somebody is going to come for you, your family, or your love? Like, nobody is able to disappear like that easy, like fall off the radar that easy when you play such a critical role in this massively insane experiment. It's okay, whatever. Um, but since they were in the surge unit, we see Bobby Trey outside watching everything, watching the video on his phone. And you hear Bobby Trey go off on a tangent about how he served the military and kind of like was like thrown in the street afterwards. And that's the story I want to see. That's the more of the why that I want to know. Like, tell me more, Bobby Trey. Like, maybe Bobby Trey is not as bad as we thought. Like, he probably originally thought he was doing the right thing. And then he went in the military and lost his mind. And then was released into the wild as if nothing happened. Again, that's more so of the story that I wanna get into and that I would like to see developed a little bit more, especially if you're gonna bring him back, please. Sansom and his mom. Can we wrap it up? Does anybody actually care? I don't know. Maybe I sound very heartless, but I don't think anybody cares. Like, can we wrap it up? Um it's not funny, but when I was watching Jelani's wedding, in my mind, I went back to Game of Thrones because I was like, what in the Red Wedding is happening here? Though Luz didn't kill everybody, she definitely sliced Jelani's throat and had homeboy in the cut offing everybody from a distance. What in the Red Wedding is happening here? Honorable mentions: Luz, your makeup, your carnival makeup, beautiful, exquisite, loved it, love to see it. um, what else? Um, the mention in kind of like the story of Loteria, the Loteria cards, love that. Can we get maybe a little bit more of that? Anyway, overall, I think the season is almost over. I hope it gets better. Um, but for me right now, it's beginning to fall a little flat. And I am so disappointed because I loved the first season of Cross. It was so great. But anyway, feel free to leave your thoughts, comments below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you are interested. Have a good one.